Good afternoon, WolfPack Middle School. My name is Abraham, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Like Mel said, my name's Gwen. I was a heroin addict for almost 12 years. I now have 5 years and 4 months clean. But seriously, guys, addiction is not a joke. I mean, some of you might think, well, she's a success story. Well, let me tell you. You've only heard a tip of the iceberg of what I went through to become this success story. I didn't wake up one day and decide I was going to be a drug addict. I wasn't raised like that. I had hard-working parents, come from a good, solid family. But because of a choice I made. There's consequences and repercussions to every choice you make in your life. Every one. Please, guys, think long and hard before you make any kind of choice to do anything with your life. And please don't ever try drugs and think, oh, I can just do it once, it'll be fine. Because that's not the way it works. Absolutely not the way it works, y'all. Even with smoking. I mean, I've heard some things about this, what's it called? Juuling or whatever it is. That's just complete craziness. And if you're doing it, you ought to stop right now. I mean, that stuff will give you cancer. You know, you're young now, so you don't think about the long term. You don't think about the long-term effects. My liver is not in the greatest of shape because of my drug addiction. I have lots of health problems because of my drug addiction. You don't think about the long term. And whatever this Juuling thing is, I don't know if y'all are doing it to think y'all's going to fit in or be cool or whatever. What's going to happen? What's going to be the next thing come up when the Juuling is old? You know what I mean? What? Cigarettes, smoking dope? That's not cool. Y'all hear me? That is not okay. This is real life. This is your life. You have got to think about your choices. If y'all don't hear nothing else today or don't pay attention to nothing else, please hear that. Think about the choices that you make. Think about it before you pick that cigarette up. Think about it before you pick that drug up. I want to see all y'all prosper in this world. Be whatever you want to be. Because you can. You absolutely can. Just remember, drugs are not a game. You can't just play around. Because they take everything from you. Drugs will strip you to nothing, to a jail cell, 6 by 9, or what's worse, a grave. Please forgive me if anybody thinks I'm being a little harsh here today, but I want you guys to listen. I want y'all to know that addiction is real. Please, guys, just remember, make good choices in your life. Think about the consequences. Thank y'all for having me. I love all y'all.
We want to thank Warm Springs for letting us come in today just to talk to you guys a little bit about what is shaking on, not just in the country, not just in West Virginia, but what is happening right here in our little town in Berkeley Springs. The theme for today is the voice of destruction. And you heard Ms. Gwen talk about some of the destructive decisions that she made over her life to get to where she basically went through the worst time fathomable. No parent ever in the world should have to bury their babies, right? It shouldn't go down like that way. It didn't take you guys very long. As I was looking around to the school, you guys were bought in. Exactly whatever she was saying, you were listening to every word. Some of you were crying. When Miss Mel asked if any of you had already made decisions that you knew that you were bad, some of you had a hand all the way up in the air. Some of you knuckleheads had both hands in the air, because you've already started to go down that road to make decisions that are eventually going to lead to your destruction, right? A couple years ago, we were doing a thing for the high school, and one of the themes that year was the decisions that you make today will affect you for the rest of your life. And I want you to think about these words. The decisions that you make today will affect you for the rest of your life.
And I hope you enjoyed this broadcast.